I pledge allegiance
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Missy, roll call, please.
Fritz. Robert.
Here.
Becky. Here. Tanya.
Here.
Libby. Here.
I declare we have a quorum. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
Make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Ayes have it. Okay, unfinished business to consider resolution 2021-10A, 2022 budget.
Okay, so you've had a chance, you've all reviewed it, we've had our public hearing. The budget is based on what we've already advertised and everything, it's for $3,677,442. And the proposed adopted levy is $1,545,515. And also we have the home rule funds with the ARPA funds of $939,665. Which has to be appropriated, and that's what we just need a motion to approve it.
Do we have any comments or any questions? Do we have any comments from the public? I think I
Budget was a buck and a quarter.
Long time ago.
Can I get a motion, please?
Make a motion to approve resolution 2021-10A regarding the 2022 budget.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Ayes have it, thank you.
So Missy will have something that'll need to be signed, and she'll pass around.
She
This
has.
one?
Oh,
Yeah,
somebody
Fritz-
has it.
Yeah, Fritz has it.
And then I will put it in for tomorrow.
Sounds good. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay.
Thanks.
You can make it next meeting.
Yeah, I'll hurry.
Thanks, Beth.
Beth, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Where's this stop at?
Just give me the first two pages and I'm good with that. If you just give me the first and second page that you have of that.
Okay. I'll move forward. We'll set that there so we don't lose anything. All right, next on unfinished business, economic development agreement, Madison Law.
You all have a hard copy of this. I know Becky's been having trouble with email and whatnot, sent this out. But we've talked about this and at length over the last several months for the NBAH project. This agreement now reflects what we've talked about at the last meeting, which would be $616,296 or $286 is the town's commitment, plus there's $25,000 of infrastructure offsite commitments that the town made, and then the issuance costs, which are with Buzz and Bose together capped at $30,000. MVAH will cover those initially, but then they'll be able to recoup that through the payback over the 15 years using the TIF increment. The company, MVAH, will buy the bonds. And so this is, we're talking about the Economic Development Commission. We'll deal with the Art Redevelopment Authority later on. An Economic Development Commission that will need to appoint 3 members for that as well. Will issue the bonds. MVAH will buy those bonds, so it's not going to a bank the typical way. And then the RDC will use the TIF increment when we start receiving that after the development is complete. We've got a deadline of December 31st, 2022, which is consistent with the SB1 forms that MVH submitted for, tax abatement, which we're not giving any tax abatement here. This is, but based on what they want to get done. So the development's completed by December of next year. It would be assessed then spring, Adam, I think I'm right there, spring of 23. And then that increment would probably start coming in 24. when that increment starts coming in, that's when the payment schedule will go. You'll notice on the exhibit, Buzz will fill that in and we'll have an amortization of when the payments will be due and how that will flow across the 15 years of the bond. But I wanted to get the language of this in front of you all so you could digest it. You do not need to adopt this evening. I have not heard any comments back from MVAH. They've had it for the better part of a week and a half. So they may have some comments. I'm not gonna, I don't know what you never know. I can only control our side, but I'm gonna push for, I think that this protects the town, reflects the deal that the council has discussed. And so hopefully substantively, this is what you'll have. So take a look at this. If we could have this on the November 1st meeting agenda, ask me any questions between now and then, or I'll take any tonight if you have any. I'll let you know if I get any feedback from MVAH about the same, and we'll be able to continue the process of EDC and that project and this not adopting this tonight will not slow down or alter that timeline.
Okay, all right, thank you. Any comment?
I really haven't had a chance to look at it, so.
Yeah, I want you
We'll
to
take a look
look
at
at it and understand it, and then we'll go from there.
I notice we don't have a legal description and
Yeah, we'll plug that all in. We've got that from documents and,
okay, well, I have asked for a map and site plan from them with just this building on the property.
I know Adam's been working on that with them and
Okay. I've
we've
never
got the
received
full plan, so I'm sure we
that.
can get
Just
that.
one building, okay, I'd like to see that.
Oh, also in here, you will notice that there's a specific section that talks about the senior housing
I
development
did see that.
and that commitment that they will apply and continue to make good faith efforts to obtain the financing and move that project forward. So that's addressed in this agreement as well.
Thank you. Any public comment? Okay, thank you. All right, new business, Melissa Duragu. Come on up.
Hello, I have just a quick handout. For you all. Yes. I made a lot extra, so. Hello, so my name is Melissa Dragu. I am the new director at the Fortville Vernon Township Public Library. And I wanted to come and introduce myself to you and give you just a little bit of an update of some things we've been working on at the library this year and some plans, I guess where we're headed in the future. And then we are going to be communicating with Libby as having her, she used to be on the library board, so we're going to have her as a liaison so that we can keep her updated of everything that's going on at the library, and then she can bring that information back to the town council so that you're aware of everything that we're working on. Some of the big things we've been doing, we've been getting a lot of grants. We got a grant to do some digitization of the local history things. So that's gonna be, we just got this, it took a while to get everything finalized with the state. So we finally got all of the money approved, and so we've got some of the scanners and we're scanning documents, and that's gonna be available. It'll be online and it'll be searchable, keyword search by the public. So that's one of the big things. We're getting a new website, so that's under construction. So if you go to our website one day and it looks totally different, that's why. We just got ARPA money, so we're going to be getting a minivan for the library so that we can go out and do more outreach and go into McCordsville and out to the schools and out to the community more. And I think what the other one was. We got money for from 9 Star to increase our children's collection. And we got money from Hancock County Community Foundation to purchase toys and program materials for children's programming. So we got a lot of grants this year. So who doesn't love free money?
Yeah.
We also started working with Mike Reuter. I think that you're familiar with him. He worked with the on the fire territory
Yeah.
with the trustee's office. So we started working with him. He's helping us with some long-range financial planning for the library, you know, trying to keep up, as I'm sure you're familiar with, the insane growth in the area. So just trying to make sure that we are staying ahead of that and are able to serve the people the best that we can. And then we've also just recently started working with KRM Architects, and they're doing a feasibility study on our current location to just assess, you know, what the building has and, you know, what we would need to do to make sure that we can continue to serve the community as it grows. So those are just some of the big things, but if you have questions, please let me know. And we'll also be keeping Libby looped in on everything so that hopefully you guys aren't taken by surprise by everything. Did anybody, if you have any questions tonight for me?
Libby?
Okay, well, and you are welcome anytime to come join us. We are going to be having next week, I think it's on Tuesday, Senator Mike Braun's staff is going to be there to answer questions from the community. So if anybody wants to come out then, or if you ever want to come and just do a tour, we would be happy to have you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah,
Nice meeting you.
my pleasure, my pleasure.
Melissa's done such a nice job.
Nice,
You know, she
yeah.
came in at a tough time and had to overcome a lot of things.
I'm sure.
It's the best place I've ever worked. The staff is just, they're the best group of people I've ever worked with. They're the amazing.
That's great.
Yeah.
Good.
Next on the agenda, new business, council president to select 3 individuals to serve on the Fortville Redevelopment Authority. I picked 3, Tanya Davis is 1, Nancy Strickland is the 2nd, and Cassie Bills as the 3rd. And you've got her, you just need emails, which I've got them.
Okay.
I'll text them to, I'll forward it to you. I just got them
Great.
today.
And I know Tanya responded that
They'll be
hopefully
there
we can have a
Thursday.
meeting on Thursday. Are they okay with that?
I'll text them right after the meeting.
So we can get that posted up tomorrow. It doesn't have to run in the paper. So it'll be a quick meeting. I've got some resolutions and things that the RDA will handle. Missy's also got, Fritz will need you to sign. There are 3 certificates of appointment that you'll sign saying I appointed Tanya Davis.
Tonight?
Not tonight. We can do it. We can do it Thursday or sometime this week. Just drop in and Missy's got them. You can sign them. And then on Thursday at the meeting, we'll have each of the RDA members do an oath of office and sign and notarize.
That's next Thursday. No, or
This
this
Thursday.
Thursday.
This coming Thursday.
Okay.
What time?
6 o'clock, right before the RDC meeting, I thought would,
It's next Thursday, I
It's
thought.
coming.
RDC meeting this,
this Thursday's RDC, next Thursday's BZA,
Yeah.
if we have business.
Yeah. We do.
okay, it's at 6 o'clock, you say?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I will be here in person via Zoom for RDA and RDC to make sure.
So we need to be here at 6, that's what I'm hearing. right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it'll be quick. It'll be 15 minutes.
Okay.
I mean, I'll explain everything. We'll have the resolutions, you know, the rule, and the whole process, take any questions. And
Well, I'm
we'll
not getting
be done
emails.
in plenty of time to.
I'll tell them you guys are gonna have coffee and donuts and they'll be here.
Okay, fair enough. I've had, yes. Whatever it
Yeah, here,
takes.
it's just, sorry.
And similarly, and I mentioned this, we need to, there will be the Economic Development Commission. We'll need to appoint that. The county actually gets an appointment for that. I'll send an email to the council with the requirements there and we'll get those slots filled as well.
Okay.
I'd like to have at least 1 council member on that too. I mean, I'll do it if nobody else will, but I think we should have at least 1 on that as well.
Agreed. Okay,
Just saying.
thank you. Okay, reports, town, Joe?
Couple of items. I sent out an email, let you all know earlier that Kenny Dujon, who we hired a little over a year ago to take Tony's place at sewer plant, has given me his resignation. He was offered a job. You can get your emails. It does the first time, sure. He was offered another job making more money. He said it was what's best for his family, so he's going to go on to other ventures. So we are going to start advertising, try to get somebody back in here. Getting that new water plant under construction and all that stuff that's going on right now is not really a good time for us to be down.
Do you have any previous applicants that you could contact me for, since it's only been a short
We
time?
we can look back and see. I've actually got a couple of people I've been in contact with, that's supposed to be sending me resumes, and I've not seen them, so. I think it'd be good candidates if they
Doesn't
would.
matter, yeah, doesn't matter what it is, it's tough. getting
It's all,
people
it's all money. I know, the street utility position, I had given a gentleman a letter offering him a position. He never would respond, and I finally got ahold of him when they saw I took him a position somewhere that they just paid more. I couldn't do it. So we did a few more interviews, and I sent another offer to a young gentleman that's supposed to be starting on the 25th. So after he starts, I'll bring him and see who can all meet.
Oh, good.
So hope that one works out, and hopefully we get to continue to hire and replace some of the guys, because like I say, everybody's getting older, talking about retirement, and it seems like the more I'm talking to them, the more they're talking about it, so I don't want to be caught without experience behind us.
Yeah, that's the,
The lights on Main Street, last I heard, they're still scheduled to be in at the end of this month, installed the 1st of November. The only issue we have is we don't have the meters to power them up yet. We've had meetings with Duke. I feel like the last meeting we had with them was pretty good. They're 20 days out, but they would see what they could do to speed things up a little bit to work with us to get power before the lights get there. So we're hoping they'll stay going the way it is. And the water plant, from what I understand, they're 30% done with the design. They're hoping to be 60% done by Thanksgiving. If everything goes right by this time next year, we'll be getting close. I think December is when they'll be opening up the new plant.
wow.
I got a question on Duke. I still can't get my mind around it. They've known about this for 4 years, the lights. That's my only.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and bash
I mean,
them. But, yeah, they've got some community relations people that I've been talking to that's been very good as far as trying to help get this all back on track.
Because how do we go forward with them in the future, not knowing that they're even gonna be able
How
to
do
do
you
what they?
So you got one provider.
Okay. I'm just curious, of how do we get the lights before we start the projects from now on, or, I mean, I don't understand, to me, it's.
Well, and I'm not gonna throw the lights on Duke, because those were actually ordered by the contractor and the subcontractor. Subcontractor, I believe, waited a little late to order the lights, and then once they ordered them with COVID and all this other stuff, it's all delayed, like, I'm saying, you just can't get material right now.
It's sitting out in the ocean.
It's hard to get stuff.
Okay.
So
I just don't want-
that had nothing to do with it.
Okay, I just want to, in the future, we need to probably maybe put that in the back of our minds, that we need to check on that before we start on projects and stuff. Because we still got lights that go on the trail to the school.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Those lights
Those
can't be
are probably-
ordered until there's a contractor selected. The school project, the part of the trail that's on the campus with the 2 crosswalks, those go out to bid, I believe, in November. So once those contracts are awarded, we will work with that contractor to turn in their submittals for their lights quickly and see about getting them submitted, get them ordered so that we can work on it.
okay, all right. Thank you. Anybody else have anything for Joe? Okay. Parks Department,
Keith is not with us.
okay. Adam?
One thing that is good news is that, if you recall, the bids for the Stellar Facade Program came in high. We're still discussing amongst the internal team on what the next step should be. But the good news is that Hancock County was supposed to go forward with renovations to the memorial building there, but the county commissioners have decided not to go forward with that project because of the cost, I guess. So Greenfield is, there's 400,000 available total to the region. In Greenfield, I think is looking for 300, and they gave us 100, so I tried to push it further. It was kind of like, you saw it was like used car salesman. We're going back and forth, but it's better than nothing. So the good news is that hopefully we can, we'll be able to use that money. We're gonna probably have to cut some of the scope a bit. Maybe have the owners kicking a little bit more money and or the RDC. But I feel confident that we can get there. It just has been disappointing that we only got the one bid. Unfortunately, it's caused that project to slow down. But I wanted to give you the good news that there's some more money available. So,
All right, thank you.
If that gets communicated to the two that are involved,
I don't know if we have, honestly. We should.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because
they-
there was a lot of stuff in flux up until just recently. I think the last 2 days. When they finally said,
Well, make sure you're sure before you do.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Don't-
Right, yeah.
Or just to
Good
touch
point.
base and let them know, we're still working
Yes,
on it.
that's good
um,
advice, and we will do that for sure. So, thank you.
Thank you. Missy?
The only thing I have is we closed on October 15th for the water plant. We are now officially in debt. Makes me so happy. That was needed. I fully understand. And we paid Bozeman, Kinney, and Evans through a wire transfer. We received our money into our account. Everything went smoothly as far as I know. I received an email from Jenna today stating the same, Jenna Cannon at the bank. And I haven't received an invoice from Reynolds yet for payment of any sort on their end. But
It'll be coming, I'm sure.
yeah, I'm sure. So that's where we stand with it. That's all I have unless you guys have questions for me.
Okay, thank you. Chief?
Yeah, that's good.
Setting a record tonight. Only thing I have is we were awarded the Bulletproof Vest grant for 2022 and 2023. Our current grant expires November, it got extended until November 30th of this year, but we reapplied and we were given that grant. And then our hiring process is going well. We have 4 moving on to backgrounds and then 1 other that has the academy that we've accelerated through that. And she will be getting a conditional offer probably late this week or early next week. So,
Thank you.
anything for me?
Okay,
All right,
thanks.
thank you.
Alex?
Missy stole my item.
Finally.
The vans are closed, so no, unless you have questions for me.
Any questions? Okay, thank you. Public comment? Town council comments, Libby? Megan? Robert?
Recycle event this Saturday.
This Saturday, at the bank?
No, it's at the,
It's this.
next to the fire station.
Fire station?
Can we post that up at least a couple times this week?
We've already had that discussion, that it's gonna be
Perfect. Yep, and the town's covering the cost of the paper shred. I guess there was some confusion. I got an email on that today from somebody asking about that, 'cause they saw a couple conflicting things. We wanna make sure, they didn't say where, but just make sure, I think they mentioned $3 or something like that for paper shreds, that we're covering that cost.
Okay.
So, I don't think it was on our post. I've seen our post, and I think they were good. But just mention, thought I'd mention.
Yeah, we'll double check that.
And CGS is gonna send us a bill directly, correct? Or email me?
I will double check that. I believe so, yeah, someone double check them.
Okay.
They bill after the event,
Perfect.
but Tiffany.
I don't have any comment. Can I get a motion to approve signed vouchers?
Make a motion to approve and sign vouchers.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Ayes have it.
Make a motion, we adjourn at 7:24.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Ayes have it. Thank you.
So what?